It's a man in dress. It's a super SheRoe. It's the UK recap from Scandal Sesh. Right now, I am Perry here and hanging out with my friend Summer Rayne.
Raise the alarm. Watch out because the garbage truck's ready to come take this trash. Oh, it's me, Summer Rayne, here for the Scandal Sesh of the UK. But we have an extra special guest today. This is Kimberly Michelle Westwood. Give it up. Clap your hands, your squids, your tentacles.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Kimberly Michelle Westwood, Portland's mail order drag queen, right here in black and white, bitch.
And no need to adjust your TV sets because that is all real. Okay.
Woman.
Well, thanks for joining us, Kimberly. Do you want to tell us a little bit about where Kimberly Michelle Westwood came from?
Yeah, so Kimberly actually started as Kimchi right here in Portland, Oregon. And then when that bitch got on Drag Race, I decided to change my name. And I wanted a rich white lady name. So Kimberly was the easiest transition from Kimchi for the people here. So, you know, and then Michelle Westwood. Michelle is Sailor Neptune's muggle name that I love, Sailor Moon. And then Westwood, Vivienne Westwood from... I didn't really actually know her fashion that well when I chose the name. I just got it off of Sex and the City when Vivienne Westwood gave her her wedding dress. So I was like, oh my God, that's pretty. And then just kind of chose that. Yeah. And you can catch me on Instagram at Kimberly Westwood. Just filmed my first episode of the Westwood Weekly. So be sure to keep a lookout for that, where I spill all the semen that Portland has to give right for your screens.
You make me want a hot dog real bad.
Portland's got lots of tea, so you're going to have lots of content.
Bitch, I know. That Portland gay tea better watch its back.
So we didn't do an episode last week, so you get to join us on this week where we do the double work. We're going to start off really quickly and just kind of recap the SheRoe episode and go through their runway looks. So let's
double
go ahead and get into it.
God.
I'm ready for that double penetration. Give me the Crisco. Extra greasy shortening.
I wore my gloves just for it.
So Taste came out as Exfolia Bolt. She did the brass, like she kind of used the same look that Bag of Chips did on the first season. She made
They warned her about it. Why not change it?
The only thing that looks good is from the neck up. Everything else is horrible. She looks like some ginger's pubes. I can't. No offense, Summer.
The carpet does match the drapes.
All hardwood floors over here.
Yeah. Let's be careful talking about ginger's pubes, because one of our like best customers, our best viewer is a ginger, the Portland ginger. So, you know, let's not offend our...
Oh, Lil James. Yeah, those are his. Flew in specially for this episode.
We can talk about it because Summer shaved them herself.
Oh.
I mean, I wouldn't mind being used to as a garment for Taste. He's pretty hot.
Right?
A horror knows.
He was not hot in this look though, so for sure.
Inches to the floor, and I'm not talking about my weave.
That Brillo pad needs to go to scrub a toilet. Next.
The next look was Lazy Lawrence of Chania, Lawrence of Chania is what his drag super SheRoe. I think that it looked pretty stunning, knowing that she created it out of those, like, basically it looked like IKEA bags, but like not easy material to work with, and she made it look good, but it wasn't like, it didn't read super SheRoe to me.
No. Where was the cape? Where was, I don't know, the electrical powers? Where were your power boots? I don't, where are they at?
Yeah, I agree. I think she kind of looks more like the sidekick than a superhero. But
She looks
yeah.
like Stanky the Starfish.
Shit.
Well, I mean, the sidekick's usually the funny one, so that makes sense because Lawrence is funny.
True. But yeah, it's literally just IKEA, but orange and blue instead of yellow and blue. But
she did do well when she wore it, selling it, because she came out and like her concept was like, I'm gonna tickle your funny bone and turn your frown upside down. Like she came out presenting it well, so I think that helped her a lot.
Yeah, totally.
And then Ahura came out with the most like current term for her drag name is COVID-19.
Stunning.
She looked amazing. And I mean, the whole effect that she did with her arms, I mean, she looked like one of those fucking raptors in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it was stunning. Like, I literally gasped when I first saw it because I love Ahura, because I'm like, oh my God, that's like me. Just kidding. I mean, I get lip filler too. I'm just kidding. But
oh my God.
But
this just did headlining Kimberly Michelle Westwood there at Harvey's Comedy Club.
And not these lips. Just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding. PG. No, but stunning. I lived for it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I rewinded and watched when she popped her shoulders a couple times because I was just like, how did she do that? Like, how did she hide it? And then like it was awesome. And she made it. Like it wasn't something that like when Courtney Act came out with the eagle wings, like she spent like thousands of dollars for that. She made it in like a day.
And then Lala Ree puts bags on her corset.
I will say this, and we will talk about it later in Clock It, but her sister fucking glitter half face.
Oh.
I mean, listen, if you're gonna talk about it, might as well preach your own word, honey.
True.
Well, it's funny because I mean, Sister's been copying Ahura for like 2 weeks in a row. So Ahura's like, I'm gonna steal Sister's blue face and send the bitch home.
Yep.
But
yeah.
I think she looks like a villain, like a super villain. That's why I like it too.
Yeah.
Like a superhero, but she looks like she's gonna kill a city.
Well, if you think COVID-19 is a hero, you have some issues. Like COVID-19 definitely has to be a villain. And it's time to take that villain out. Bimini was Dr. Isabella Blows a Lot.
She probably could have done something much better, and her makeup looked good, but her hair looked kind of greasy.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, I didn't like Bimini in the beginning, but they're starting to grow on me, especially with this like most recent episode. But it kind of looks like she's trying to be a fashion queen on a budget, so I don't really like it.
If you remember the episode, she wasted half her time playing around, and then like at the last minute completely changed everything and threw this together, and like it definitely looked like it was just thrown together, rough edges. And honestly, I didn't think even her makeup looked that great. I feel like she probably was running out of time to even do her makeup. But like you said, like I didn't like her also at the beginning, and she's showing us that she's the dark horse of the competition.
And it is not a superhero outfit.
Yeah.
Oh. No, she doesn't look like them. I would not be a Power Ranger and not get all up in that. Okay, I'm not Mighty Morphin into that.
The next one was Exuberant Ellie, which has to be the worst name out of all of them.
I thought it was cute. Candyland, like she's a Candyland character. She's the final boss in Candyland.
I think Graham Norton said it best when he's like, if she was going to a Katy Perry concert, she would fit right in. Like,
Agreed. Yeah, like I no, she doesn't give me superhero. Where it is a really awesome looking outfit, it just I don't feel meets the challenge of what this theme was supposed to be. Yeah, no.
the judges really liked her lollipop that she made out of a plunger, but like that was like the only thing, and like also a lollipop with a plunger, gross.
Why would you lick it?
And why would a superhero have a lollipop?
Or a plunger. And the last one, they definitely did not save the best for last. It was Garden of Sheden, Sister.
Oh, brother.
Garden of shit is what it was. Because it looks like she just threw all the shit that she got on her body.
Listen, this is like a low budget version of Bridgerton, but then she was standing in for tree number 3.
She had the 15-second head start to get all the material she wanted. She collected every single good piece of fabric there was in that room, and then she used all of them to make this pile of shit. Like, why did you just use like one good piece of fabric and make something good? Like,
she could have easily given a horror some stuff and got that blowy instead. Like,
right?
I can't. No, okay. She's not even worth it.
My favorite critique of the night was when Graham Norton said, "She totally reminds me of a children's entertainer. If you hate children." Like,
yeah. When either one of y'all have a kid, I'm gonna book her for that birthday party for this.
Oh my God.
oh, they're gonna love Auntie Kimberly. So anyways, so we're just gonna be done talking about that episode. Sister deserved to go home. A horror deserved to win. All the rest were just meh in the middle. But now we're finally down to the Fab Five. We're almost there to the end here in UK.
Oh my God. We're not even halfway through the US, but we're almost there in the UK, and I'm excited.
And the
Thank
UK
God for
started
public
2 weeks
television.
later.
Yeah.
And UK is so much more entertaining.
Listen, and they went through 7 months not filming because of the pandemic.
But I will say, I would totally be a sister and go get all that work done just to come back and be like,
oh my
Laura.
God. You absolutely know.
So the next episode, their mini challenge was macho drag. They were doing mask for mask singer, and they did quick macho drag. What do you think about this?
I was turned on.
I loved it when Ellie talked about how turned on she was by Ahura.
Yeah, looking at all of them, I don't really see any masculinity. Like, they're all really wearing heels already, and it's like, no.
You know those doggy toys that you push? They're like the little cone shaped, and you squeeze them and the eyes poke out. I feel like that's Lawrence Chaney in this little black outfit. You could just like squeeze her. I don't know, something about her. She's just very funny to look at in this episode with the macho and the way that she does her voice. I mean, it's such a turn on. Oh,
Lawrence turned you on?
yes.
Wow. I agree with Ellie. I thought Ahura's Freddie Mercury look was sexy. And like you were saying, Kimberly, none of them were really macho, but I think that like the macho drag, like the playing with gender, I feel like that was fun.
Yeah.
Taste was maybe trying too hard, like to be macho, and like I like kind of wanted to pet his chest, but also did not want him to win.
Bimini was lost. I don't know where she was at. I don't know where they were at. I have no idea.
And then Ellie did like the whole Boy George thing, and like which Boy George is the original playing with gender, like I think that was he deserved the win with this.
But
Definitely.
but they're supposed to be macho drag. So if you're playing with femininity, masculinity, that's not like going full macho.
Right.
Yeah.
He was going androgynous. I remember him saying that.
Yeah. So I don't know. To me, it's like if I were to have done it, it would have been like a lot more like that.
Nacho Libre.
Yeah, like I'm a top kind of thing, you know? So
Ooh.
I mean maybe. And RuPaul's wig was horrible, by the way. Side note.
Oh
I did
my
write down in my
God.
notes, what the hell is Rue wearing? Also, Ellie hasn't won anything yet, so like they were like maybe didn't even pay attention to who looked like what or did what. They're like, Ellie's winning this no matter what. Like, let's give her the advantage, which kind of sets up for the whole storyline of this episode.
I mean, nobody knew that she was going to get this win and what it was going to be for. And then when she gets the win and it's for the freaking coming challenge, the lineup, that is a huge advantage. And I'm happy that she worked the system. And I feel bad because I don't know how I would feel getting yelled at by a couple people there. I mean, that's a major confrontation. I shrink up. Pussy.
Yeah, like be that bitch. You won the challenge. Like they can give their opinion of where they want to be, but in the end, it's your decision. And Ahura being pissed off that she had to go first, it worked. Like, bye, there's the door. Like, I may not have a repeater badge, but you have 2 walking out the door. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Well,
I would have done the same thing.
I also think that it's a more of a mind game than anything, because like in all reality, the lineup isn't going to make you win or make you go home. Like, but then it's knowing what place you're going is already fucking with your head, and so then it's going to make you screw up even more. But like Ahura could have been last or have been in the middle. If she did that routine, she was not gonna win. Like,
Right. And Lawrence kept blaming it on, well, now you're not setting up anybody, so fuck you, Ellie. Well, she was more mad at the fact that Bimini was in front of her because she knows that Bimini is funny as well. So if Bimini's funny, now Lawrence doesn't look good if she's not as funny. And we all saw how that came out, which was true.
Well, and especially with it being like a comedy challenge in general. And what was it about finding love? That's not like you said, Perry, it's not, oh, I'm going to suck if I go after her because you have your thing. If it was a roast, of course you'd want to be like one of the, not the first, but the better one. Or like when Roxy had to host the thing. Like, it doesn't care where you go because no one can steal your jokes because you just write them down.
I mean, in all honesty, the only thing that I think would really be an advantage, like the year that Bianca won the comedy challenge, if I was in charge of that lineup, I would have put Bianca at the beginning and not at the end, because like no matter where you put her, she's gonna do good. But if you put her at the beginning, hopefully they'll forget how good she was by the time they get to you. Like, it wasn't gonna make her do worse or do better. It was just like get it out of the judge's mind when they're judging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Lawrence has been my favorite through this whole thing, and this was the first episode. I was like, this is ugly. I do not like this on you. Like,
yeah.
And like
bad.
Summer, you were messaging me, you're like, well, what about Ahura? She was doing it too. I was like, yeah, but I expected that from Ahura. I did not expect that from Lawrence.
I just think it's sad because they're so quick to point the finger at her for not having a badge. And then now when something's in her court for all them, then they get all pissy. Because, you know, Miss, I call her Touche because I think she looks like Touche, like from Portland. But like, I'm just like, leave her alone. And she's
Lawrence?
No, Ellie.
Oh.
Like, that's who she reminds me of. And I don't know if anyone said it on here before, but that's all I see when I see her. And I'm like, leave Touche alone.
We were rooting for her.
Yeah, I think it's funny that Tace was the only level-headed one that kept being like, she's playing it right. Like, Tace, what did
oh
Tace
my
say?
God.
Tace says, if someone is going to, chuck a marble underneath you, you trip and fall, you should have looked at the floor.
I mean, it's and he's absolutely right, and it's a shame that every season they forget it. It's not RuPaul's Best Friend race. It's freaking RuPaul's Drag Race. Ahura and Lawrence are top competitors at this point. Let's get them the hell out. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the challenge. The challenge, make them gag. It was a comedy challenge to talk about how love affects them. And they got a little coaching from Alan Carr. Should we just talk about each of their acts? Like Hora was first.
I heard the actual real version. Did you guys hear it? What she actually said?
No, actually, I wanted to know.
Not the bleeped out. It was something about like gaping assholes. So like, there's something me and my nan have in common. It's that we both have gaping assholes. So that's what she said.
Like, I love a good like sexual like funny joke, but hers was very like aggressive to me, and I was just like, you're kind of more yelling at us your comedy versus like letting us enjoy it. And but she looked bomb. Like, she looked gorgeous, and that dress was gorgeous too. So
she looks stunning. You have to know your audience. Like, if you know that you're doing something for TV and they're gonna have to bleep out half of it, like there's no way that anybody gets to enjoy it either. But then also, not only did she not land some of her jokes, she also struggled. Like, there was one line that she said 3 times because she kept screwing it up. And then at one point, she actually walks back over to the table and picks her notes up to look at her notes. Like, she was struggling in multiple facets.
Oh, and then when Ellie gets on next, she goes, "Give it up for the Hora," and then the camera pans over to Hora's face, and Hora's like,
yeah.
Ellie's performance was kind of weird to me. It was kind of funny towards the end because Lawrence kind of said it right, like, what the fucking hell did I just watch? That was a cluster. I mean, that was fucking weird. And you're right, but you're laughing just like RuPaul because it's so stupid, though.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it because it was weird. No, just kidding. So it was, you're just kind of watching it. Like, it's when you watch one of those episodes that you've seen a whole bunch of times, but you're watching it because it's on stage. Like some queen, never mind. Oh, keep
filler queen.
So we'll just say no.
You could spill a little tea, give people a preview of what to expect from West Weekly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think that it was also unfair that Alan Carr, like, when she was doing the like walkthrough, he didn't tell her how weird it was. Like, he kind of encouraged it. So like, I was like, I don't know if he gave her very good advice. Like, but like, I was like, is this manic or is it funny? But like, it was enough to be safe, I guess.
It was just the timing. Like, maybe it would have been cooler if the devil wasn't as long as the end. Like, it was just a lot. And it was like, okay, we've seen it once.
Well, I still don't get why what was the joke supposed to be, that the person she was going on dates with was her other personality? Or like, why did the other person keep saying no? Because he just kept saying no. Did I miss something?
I ask my pastor that all the time. No. I don't know why she kept saying no. I can't.
Speaking of looking great, Bimini came out like, it was like if Marilyn Monroe and a modern day Lady Gaga, like, her look was so stunning. Like, I think this is the best Bimini's ever looked. It was so beautiful.
But yeah, her skit was good and everything. It was the funniest just because it was very like modern Lady Gaga, Marilyn, Donatella Versace tried to do comedy kind of thing. Those were like the
yeah, and like it was kind of slow moving and like, but it just was consistent, like consistently funny. Like I was laughing the whole time. And I think that also some of it was like even funnier to them because like I think there was some probably like inside jokes that were more funny in the UK than in the US. But.
Yeah. Like I appreciate the message that she came with, especially with disable the patriarchy. And then Dawn French was like, listen, you could have had that whole skit of I can't remember what her tagline was. Do you remember what her tagline was?
It was not a joke, just a fact.
Not a joke, just a fact. I mean, I actually wish that I could have listened to a whole 3 hours of her performing.
The next one was Lawrence.
Oh.
Lawrence did his camel toe.
Oh Lord. That was probably the highlight of his performance.
They looked so ugly though. That outfit was horrible.
Well, they needed the camel toe for his joke.
Right? Oh my gosh.
They needed jokes for the jokes.
And Bimini, she was like, she took a ride on the fucking train, and I don't know where the station's at because she just keeps doing loops.
Yeah.
Like
so the judges gave Lawrence some pretty good critiques, but I was like, besides the first like 2 seconds, the rest of it, I just didn't laugh. Like, I actually thought that Lawrence was in trouble.
The timing, I mean, it was just too long, so you kind of got bored. And then when it finally came, it's like, oh, I missed it.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Where is it? Yeah. Meh, it sucked.
Dawn French loved Lawrence, so.
Listen, I just saw a video of Dawn French and the girl off at AFAB. Is her name Jennifer something?
Jennifer Saunders. Yeah.
Oh my God. I love Dawn French.
Oh my God, yes. I use Dawn on my dishes and they're so good. I'm just kidding. It's the weed. Sorry.
She's a quick picker rapper.
She just gets all those stains off.
Really, are you ready to do your comedy sketch now? Is this your time? Like,
no, bitch. It was funnier in my head.
And then the last of the 5 to wrap this all up was Tace. Tace came out also looking stunning. Some of these looks tonight, Bimini and Tace and Ahura, their comedy looks were some of their best looks. Like,
absolutely.
Tace was like a chocolate vampire. Like, it was so beautiful.
They said, listen, I might not be good, but I'm going to look good. And Bimini was just the both of it. But Tace was like amazing. She looked beautiful. But I loved her beans moment. She was so sexual with it. That was such good feedback from the judge.
Yeah, that was a really funny part. And yes, she looked gorgeous. I think I definitely have seen that dress before, but I'll save that story for later. No, just kidding. She said that a little too much.
When Ellen was like, listen, you need to be really sexual with everything. And then she goes, the ketchup and the salt. And she's really doing it. I mean, that was hilarious. No. But you're right. I mean, I feel like we just miss out so much on it. Like, I actually wonder how much time that they get on stage.
What are beans on toast or frank?
I hope they're literally not beans on toast, because if it's beans on like toasted bread, it does not sound good, right?
I think it is beans on toast, because like I remember when I went to London, like they're like traditional, like at one of the places we stayed was like an Airbnb, or it was like a traditional English breakfast, and it was like toast, a thing of beans, some sliced tomatoes, and there was one other thing, but it was like not things you would normally expect, but like they just pile it all together and like.
You know, she came out with some kind of COVID special, something about ramen noodles in a bread sandwich, and I'm like, I don't know, taste, like your taste level.
Your taste level.
Questionable.
I am dead. I liked that pun.
Hey, it's your taste level. It's very not tasty.
So let's get to dripping in jewels. That was the runway this week. And like, it looks like you're dripping in jewels there.
You know, just a little titty bedazzle. I felt like I should wear boobs. Well, at least a bra. So I'm working my way. Yeah, stoned on the runway while we are stoned.
Talking about stone, I live in Oregon. And you can't track this address because there's a lot of walls you have to get over.
Okay.
That last hit must have been good.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, walls.
All right, before...
right? Tell me.
So let's talk about these looks. Ahura, she came out with the bejeweled IV bag and she was tearing away.
I don't know. It's like if Joey J's Poison Ivy and then Denali's Chandelier Look had a baby. That's Ahura. Came out with the Ivy bag. I don't know. It wasn't original to me. I don't know.
And yeah, it was pretty, but like we've seen Violet Chachki with a thinner waist do that. And like, yeah, I mean, of course they probably didn't know Denali and them had those costumes, but I just feel it's kind of, man, she just needs her waist a little snipped in. And
or wear pads or something.
Yeah. And her spaghetti hair, like, it was weird. Those are the ramen noodles in the sandwich.
Ooh.
Or when
she got from Taste.
Or when you go to those fancy restaurants and the burger has that like crispy like onion plume on top of it or something.
Yes.
Yes, yum.
Like green bean casserole, those fried onions.
Yeah. Yum.
Yeah, it just was a little messy. Like also like the weird lengths of the beads, it just seemed like it was kind of put together funny. Ellie, I just feel like Ellie just has one look. And like, even though like, I know if you were to put all of her pictures together, she does all these different things, but it's just very similar to me. Like, it just didn't stand out.
She doesn't like push it. Like, I don't think I've seen her in a dress. Have you ever actually like seen her in a dress?
I don't think so.
I don't think I've seen her in a dress.
Yeah.
So she has these same like kitty silhouettes. Like, I know she's 21. Maybe that's all she could sew, so she's very comfortable with it.
And
but
the nude middle part should have had, that's where there should have been dripping in jewels, like, because there wasn't enough jewels and they should have been covered right there. Like,
right, there wasn't enough.
The thing that it's like I like about Ellie but don't like about Ellie is that everything she wears on the runway is very like club stage, not very like drag race runway. And this goes back to like, picking people maybe before they're ready to like go to the Olympics of drag. Whereas it's a really cute outfit, but I can see her doing a Let It Go remix at like Embers like 5 years ago kind of thing, So
let it go. Thanks. Now that song's fucking stuck in my head.
Can't hold it back.
Let it go. Let it go, Perry. Just let it go.
Oh, I wish I could.
Let it.
So let's move. Let it go. Bimini. Bimini comes out with
now I can do this. There we go. There we go.
Ooh, that's a juicy one. When I first saw it, I was like, this is so gross. And I was like, I hate this. Like, I don't like it because I have acne and it was triggering. But but then the more I saw it, I was like, wow, that's really pretty. And now I really want to do a zitty look with like red Swarovski crystals on there, just oozing with glitter or something. A big pussy one.
Yeah.
And you could just like find a bunch of old like Clearasil commercials to like cut into your music and
exactly. I was famous on TikTok, like the swiping.
I just was confused how did she come up with this concept? Like when someone says stoned on the runway or dripping in jewels, where did you like, how did you go from that to, oh my God, I should be covered in zits? Like, big fussy zits.
I mean, when you think of dripping in jewels, what do you think of?
I don't know, but not zit. Like,
Denali
I think
chandelier
of like,
runway.
I think of
yeah,
like
Denali
gemstones.
chandelier.
I think of gemstones. I don't know, but that's not gemstones, girl. I don't know
I also
what the
think
fuck.
I also think dripping, like I feel like some kind of water thing, like maybe even like Brooke's water look with more jewels, like I don't know.
Liquid acid.
Or
I
like
mean,
She should have popped a zit on the end of the runway and it should have dripped glitter.
Drip? Oh my God. That would have been awesome.
Like a big one on the forehead.
like those balloons that she tried to pop in her little one challenge.
Thank
She should
you.
have done that, and it should have been like glitter.
Oozing out.
Yeah.
But it was, yeah, you're right. It was beautiful. Like I just didn't understand why, but I liked it in a weird way.
It
I
took me.
couldn't look away. I couldn't look away.
And then Lawrence, the first thing that when Lawrence walked out was like she looked like a troll, to like the old troll dolls, like and I couldn't get that out of my head the whole time. Like even though it wasn't, she didn't have hair, she just had the crystals. It still screamed troll to me.
But that's what I think of when I think dripping in jewels. At least her face, though. Maybe she should have worn something not so like monster-ish, like Barney. Like I don't know, but I love the whole face piece. Like that's what I think of when I think of dripping in jewels.
I think she was a beautiful crystal vibrator. Like she looked really pretty, stoned for her pleasure. Like, it's just kind of weird looking. I don't know. It's just weird. Like,
She looks like the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple, pink, crystallized man-eater.
like, you know, when Summer, when you're tucking and your bubble gum pops out the side.
Ow, that just happened. Oh, that was a trigger.
Like, that's the first thing I see, like some tucking bubblicious. And her knees are stoned. That means she is on them a lot. I don't get it. Sorry.
Listen, that's self-torture. She's a masochist.
Alan Carr called her a big gay crusty meteorite, and like once he said crusty, I was like, oh, now I'm just like, we went from oozing zits to crusty, like.
Oh my God.
If they just would have said moist, we all three trigger words. Like.
Oh my God. I would have turned it off right there.
And then the last one was Taste, and Taste came out with mirrors and glass beads. I was like, I didn't think like the mirrors and the glass beads, none of that read jewels to me. Like this one, like Michelle was like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. I was like, this was probably the least stoned I saw.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's a pretty costume for a club. But if you're doing like, you know, an Ariana number or something, like No Tears Left to Cry is that right there. But I mean,
It wasn't anything to gag over. No.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't. It was one of those like Brooklyn Heights plastic tiara moments, just plastic. It was like a vixen. You know, it literally was the same almost outfit as the vixen.
If she wore this last week for her superhero costume, I feel like she might have, because it almost looks like SheRoe plate, like the style of the mirror. Like this would have been a great superhero costume. But...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But again, we got to note the face and the hair is gorge. Like she has a beautiful drag face. Like she is stunning. Yeah.
Well, I think this was the first time I noticed it, but when she was in the workroom getting ready, like you could see the electrical tape pulling, like she pulls her eyes back and like, yeah.
Bitch.
She might not have had as much work done as some of the other girls, but she knows how to make it look like she did.
Girl, there's a lot of things that happen underneath these wigs. You would be surprised, Karen.
I would just be scared of wrinkles. Like, that's why I don't want to tape my face.
I've taped it before. Recently, I mean, I've just got into not taping my face, but I've taped it before. But you're right. I mean, the more that you pull it back, I mean, you let it go, you're overstretched.
Oh, Perry's triggered by that phrase. Just kidding. It was a full circle moment. I had to.
And Kimberly, you don't have to worry about aging, right? Oh, don't you have the like drinking from the fountain of youth thing going on?
I have the Asianness, the beige don't age, Asian don't raisin until you're like 65. But then by then, whatever.
You got like
Oh.
10 more years.
So, so you don't drink the blood of the pigs and babies like I do? That's how I keep the big lips. I can talk to this more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what do you think? Like I think that the final decisions were pretty spot on. Like, I mean,
Yep.
I was kind of confused at how Lawrence ranked so high, but like Bimini definitely deserved to win, and Taste and Ahura definitely were in the bottom.
Yeah, I agree. Where it's like, it was kind of like no one was like amazing. So everyone's kind of like meh. So it kind of had to go to the more meh than the other meh.
Yeah, and so then Taste and Ahura are lip syncing. I feel like this could have been like a Raven Jujubee moment, like because they're supposed to be best friends, but it didn't feel like they were that concerned. They definitely weren't as attached as I thought that they were going to be.
They were fighting, girl.
Yeah.
I was definitely waiting for a Raven Jujubee moment because I was like, oh, this will be their version. But like, I don't know. The lip sync seemed so fast. Like I blinked and it was over. So I didn't have enough time to like pinpoint who I thought was going to win. Like they both were fine. So I was kind of like, meh, whoever stays, whatever.
I think there was moments where I caught both of them like watermelling it. Like I'm not quite sure they both knew the words, but and like I couldn't tell who was going to win either. I was like, I actually thought Ahura would have won just because she's been stronger in the past. So I thought that they would be like, oh, but then, I mean, Taste is stunning. So
out of the top 4, who's your predictions?
I just want finally like a bigger girl to actually win because especially with, I feel UK is catching up to our US Drag Race views wise now that they're making it more able to view it random places, but there hasn't been like a bigger fun girl in the top 4 since like Eureka, but then they made her look bad. So I don't know. I just want like a
Right.
Yeah.
Ginger was supposed to win her season, but her big mouth got in the way.
And now Lawrence's big mouth's getting in the way. But I would love to see Lawrence win, and I would also, then we could just quit talking about that too, because like, as I do agree, I would like to see a bigger girl win, but I also hate every season them saying we need a big girl to win. I want one to win so we can quit talking about that and we can start talking about more important things like which one of them did a better drag.
Right.
Thank you. Yes.
Well, thanks for joining us on this episode, Kimberly.
Thanks for having me.
God, I feel stretched. You know, this double penetration, this double whammy just really got me. I'm going to really have to have a couple days of recovery, you know, drinking my electrolytes, drinking my water, getting my fiber, you know, recuperating.
All right, park that train in the station. Where's the punchline?
Yeah, I'm like, damn.
Girl, it's like, get to it, Jesus. We've got bedtime.
I was like, is that a horror skit?
Just call me Lawrence Cheney.
She never said that she had a blown out asshole though, but I'm pretty sure she does.
You can hear it whistling.
Well, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you share and comment and tip the girls. We'll put Kimberly and Summer's Venmos at the end, and looking forward to your Westwood Weekly coming out soon.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I would listen. I love a good West Weekly gig.
Well, if you have any tips that you would like me to spill, you can email it at thewestwoodweekly@gmail.com.
Yes.
Oh my God, what is she gonna talk about?
And remember how nice we were to you when we were filming this before you maybe give us a heads up before you throw us under the bus.
Oh, you will definitely be in the review next week.
Summer Rayne's blown out asshole.
That's right. Great. Get to the punchline, Dan.
But that's a story I'll tell you later.
Bye.
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 Oh, okay. Oh, I was like, is that done? Okay. I was about to leave.